Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am YB Senator Tisha Yusri, a member of Senate of Malaysia who was appointed on 1st September 2021 to represent the Penang State Assembly. I was elected by the State Legislative Assembly to serve as a member of the Senate of Malaysia from 1st September 2021 until 31st of August 2024. I am a law degree holder, so I have a lot of experience in politics and legal field. The number of members of the Senate is subject to Article 45 Federal Constitution, which is not more than 70 members at any one time, with the following rates. A member of the Senate will hold position for 3 years, which is one term, and membership is not revoked by the dissolution of Parliament. The maximum term position of a member of the Senate for a member is 6 years, which is 2 terms. Member of the Senate are called senators. Member of the Senate must be a Malaysian citizen. According to Article 47B of Federal Constitution of the Senate is if he is not less than 30 years old. They also must be nominated by the State Legislative Assembly or appointed by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Role and function of legislative. The State Council is the second component of the Malaysian Parliament. It is also the Supreme Council of Senate. The main function of the Senate is to debate laws that enact by the House of Representatives in more detail. Other than that, to enact legislation and policies relating to the state list and joint list as defined in the Federal Constitution. In addition, the Senate discusses matters of public interest according to Section 59 Federal Constitution, describe the oath members. Challenge faced by legislative in performing their duties and responsibilities. The people are still unclear about the responsibility of senators. Most citizens assume that senators serve for the ruling party, but they did not know that the fact that the position of senator is not elected through election and does not influence any political parties. The advantage and benefit to become the member of the legislature. Every member of the state assembly got 11,000 monthly allowance. They also got a money after retired, compensation benefits, house with complete furnitures, vehicle facilities, secretary, clerk, security officer, office assistant according to Members of Parliament Remuneration Act 1980. That's all for legislative. Thank you.
I am the Prime Minister of Malaysia and my name is Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Syawal Hakimi bin Aziz. Also, I am the head of cabinet and the leader of the ministers in the executive branch of government. I am not the head of state but head of government as a person who is responsible for carrying on the business of government and for leading the team of ministers who control the central institution of the government and the state. As the Prime Minister directs the executive branch of the federal government, and how I can be Prime Minister, it is because Yang di-Pertuan Agong appoints me, the Prime Minister, a member of Parliament who, in his opinion, is most likely to command the confidence of a majority of members of Parliament. And how Prime Minister got elected by the people, usually when the leader of the party winning the most seats in a general election that happened every 5 years in Malaysia. My role as a Prime Minister, basically and importantly, I will nominate cabinet members that I trust and entrust them to do their job as a member of my cabinet to govern this peaceful and prosperous Malaysia. Besides that, I am also responsible for being the chief advisor to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, which is the head of state, to make the best decision for our country. If he need to make decision, I will be the one who can give him the best decision, since I am the advisor, the great advisor. My biggest job is to be the head of government of Malaysia, where my job is to play the role of being a symbol of the continuity and legitimacy of the country, as well as implementing the political power, functions and duties given to the head of state based on the constitution and laws of the country. And finally, my job is to plan and coordinate government policies to make Malaysia a developed country economically, socially, and politically in order to maintain country harmony and stability. I'm not gonna lie that having a biggest job accrues bigger responsibility, and I faced a lot of problem becoming a prime minister that quite problematic for government to handle it. Such as right now, the world are facing a pandemic called COVID-19 that make all aspects of country being in such problem that make me as their prime minister need to handle it with responsibility without making my people being in chaotic scenery. Besides that, I also need to face the problem that some of my cabinet didn't do their job as they need to, and my people keep making a report or voicing the voice of the people, telling that cabinet members are not doing the job they are supposed to be doing. That will make me hard to do the decisions on what kind of people can take their responsibility as one of the ministers. It is also challenging to keep watching my whole country. The population almost had 30 million people in this country, and the population keep increasing, and beside that, I also need to ensure there are no illegal immigrants that went inside this country, so Malaysia would have enough supplies and resources for the people stay alive. Enough with these challenges, let me talk about the benefits and advantages being a prime minister, Okay, first and foremost, it is about the salary that I got since my job are very difficult. So the government pay me with a lot of money, so I must do my job properly or else people will call me a slut who didn't do their job. Other than that, when I want to go anywhere that I need to go or having business trip, I always have some bodyguard to escort me since I'm such an important person and they need to protect me just in case, some assassin got some deal to end my life. Besides that, it is kinda amazing that if I have business trip or any important affairs at another country, for example Singapore or Japan, I have my own personal air transportation such as plane, and it is optional, just in case I'm on private plane. But it's not about that. And what I want to talk about is the flight ticket are under government. I don't need to spend my money on ticket flight, so I can give my lovely wife more money so she can buy her Gucci bag or any other branded bag she want. I love my wife. Oh god, I guess that's all I can talk about with you guys. I have some important meeting and hope you guys are interested. Being a prime minister. Assalamualaikum. Let's make Malaysia great again. I'm Prime Minister of Malaysia. See you soon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am the Right Honorable Nuriz Niamlimetisar as the Chief Justice of Malaysia, also known as the Chief Justice of the Federal Court, the office and title of the head of the Malaysian judiciary system. It is the highest position in Malaysian judicial system, followed by the President of the Court of Appeal of Malaysia, Chief Judge of Malaya, and the Chief Judge of Sabah and Sarawak. I was born in Batu Pahat, Johor on 3 February 1959. I am graduated from University of Malaya with honours in 1982 in Bachelor of Laws. The title has been in use since 1994, and prior to this, I was known as the Lord President of the Federal Court. I have been named the new Chief Justice, becoming the country's first woman to hold the top judicial post. I also take over from Richard Malanjum, whose tenure ended on April 12. The Prime Minister's office said the appointment has received the consent of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and the Council of Rulers based on Article 122B of the Federal Constitution. Next, I will talk about the role and function of being Chief Justice. The Chief Justice is the head of the judiciary, that is, they represent the judiciary in all state matters, that is, consultation with the executive and the legislature. The first and foremost function of the judiciary is to give justice to the people whenever they may approach it. It awards punishment to those who after trial are found guilty of violating the laws of the state or the rights of the people. The aggrieved citizen can go to the courts for seeking redress and compensation. They can do so either when they fear any harm to their rights or after they have suffered any loss. The judiciary fixes the quantity and quality of punishment to be given to the criminals. It decides all cases involving grant of compensation to the citizen. The judiciary has the supreme responsibility to safeguard the rights of the people. A citizen has the right to seek the protection of the judiciary in case his rights are violated or threatened to be violated by the government or by private organization or fellow citizen. In all such cases, it becomes the responsibility of the judiciary to protect his rights of the people. Under Article 125 of the Malaysian Constitution, they can be removed only by Yang di-Pertuan Agong on a recommendation from a tribunal consisting of at least 5 judges who are current or former Federal Court judges. During performing my duties and responsibility as Chief Justice, I found that many challenges I faced, which are criticism and insult from many parties. This is because not all people can accept my decision. Of course, people that I send to jail or must pay huge fines will also not be happy about my judgment at all. While some people will stay calm and will quietly accept their destiny, others will just not stay cool and some of them will even insult me. Thus, I need to have a pretty stable mindset so that those insults will not bother me that much. The most important thing is when I'm being a judge is that I can potentially destroy the lives of many people with wrong decisions, similar to nurse practitioners and other people who have high levels of responsibility at work. Nobody is perfect and make mistakes sooner or later in career. However, mistakes on my side can send people to jail for a pretty long time, and if they are not guilty, they can really break these people and you will be one who will be responsible for their misery. Due to that, I will always go to work with a certain uncomfortable feeling and may also fear to make those critical mistakes. Last but not least, about advantage and benefit of being a Chief Justice is I will have a high level of power and responsibility in my job. It is on me to decide whether someone get punished or not. Sure, in most lawsuits, there are many people involved in the final decisions. So, I need to make the right choices since I can send people to jail who really deserve it and protect their victims from potential unpleasant surprise in the future. In general, as a judge, I also have the power to make the world fairer. It will be in my hands to make a proper judgment of the situation and to punish people who broke the law. This not only makes our streets safer in the short run, but it can also lead to a more peaceful state of the world in the long run since people who went to jail often learn from their bad decisions and don't repeat them. Thus, becoming a judge, I earn good money as a judge from what I do. In fact, many judges get wealthy or even rich in the long run since six-figure salaries are the norm rather than the exception, and many judges easily make 36,000 ringgit Malaysia per month or even more. So, that's all from me about the judiciary. Thank you!